Hello and welcome. This is George from Microsoft, and today I want to speak a bit about the sequencer in my MIDI FX application. There's other videos where I introduce the application more generally, but this video is just about the sequencer because I think it's a very important part of the application, and it lets you sequence notes into other synthesizers, even synthesizers that are older and don't have a sequencer themselves. You can sequence external gear like hardware synthesizers that you have connected through a MIDI interface, but you can also sequence sounds from, for example, Logic Pro. This is the Mac version of the application, so I can send MIDI information to Logic Pro and play virtual sounds from there. Or in the iPad and the iPhone, I can have another app that's a synthesizer app, and I can also sequence those apps from MIDIFX. You can do that at the same time, both external and internal, so you can use all those different applications and synthesizers to create your songs. Okay, so this is the sequencer. It's simple, but it has some nice features. You have 16 steps, but you can configure it to have less. And you have your regular play, record, and stop button. So through the input, you're going to enter the notes into the sequencer, and when you play, the notes are going to go out to the next module. In this case, the next module, it's an out, which means that it's going out into the MIDI interface, and right now it's connected to my digitone synthesizer, and on channel 1 I have a bass. This other sequencer is connected to an arpeggiator, so all the notes from the sequencer are going to get arpeggiated and then go out to channel 3, which is another sound from the digitone. Alright, so how do you enter notes into the sequencer? First, you select the record mode and you click on a step. And if you connect a keyboard, both an external keyboard that you have through your interface and through an input from the application, or in this case, the virtual keyboard that I have here. So if I press a key, it's going to get recorded into the step. If I long press on the step, it's going to get erased. Now, if I deselect the record mode and I long press on a step, I'm going to get a little editor, which I can use to change the note, change the velocity, change the length, and also I can add more notes, so I can trigger more notes in one step, or some commands. So this is how you enter notes. You can also live play. If you press record and play and just play on your keyboard, by default, the notes are not quantized, but you can quantize them if you want. So very important. On the settings screen, you have all the options, but there's one option, listen to PC commands, which is very important now because you can sequence a sequencer by sending PC commands. So in this case, for example, I have this sequencer, and if I started playing this sequencer, it would go pa 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 pa. And when it reaches this step, it would send a PC command with a 1, and both these two sequencers will switch to pattern 1 at the end of their current pattern. I'm going to just press play and show it to you. So here it goes. As you can see, each time the step reaches the PC command, the pattern gets read, which means when it ends, it's going to change to that number. So like this, you can make a whole song structure if you want, because right now it's only 2 patterns and it's a very short sequence. What's important is that here, the first sequencer, it has the loop mode on. In this case, it's only 4 patterns long, but you can make it however long you want to structure the whole song. So then each time you want to change the pattern in the other sequencers, you just send the command at the point in time where you need to make the change. So this is a way of making a structure for a song if you want. So when you click on a note, you can copy the note. You can use keyboard shortcuts if you have a keyboard, or you can use the buttons. For example, I can press here copy, and then I can press paste. So I have the note pasted, and I can also select multiple notes with the select and I can extend the selection. And okay, so then I can copy this and I can go to an empty pattern, just select a step and paste. It will paste it on the starting from the step that I selected, but it will never extend over to the next pattern. So you can only copy and paste between patterns. You can never copy something and paste it into two patterns at the same time. And that's basically it. Any questions you have, you can post a comment, send me an email. My email address is on the application itself in the info section. Be sure to check out the help of the application and be sure to try it out. Download the application. It's a free download. And right now, the full version, it's at a big discount to celebrate the release of the application. So try it out. Try it with your synthesizers. Try it with your MIDI interface. And there's so many things that you can do. There's so many modules. I will be posting more videos explaining more stuff. But for now, this is enough. Thank you very much and enjoy.